Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel guys, and we have some very good news. Yes, Itchio is back to listing the games and Collective Shout has literally done nothing. So this one is amazing. Congratulations Collective Shout, you have done absolutely nothing. The free games removed will be relisted from Itchio because they do not violate any laws and will continue to be made available for all to goon and enjoy. Once there is an alternative to the current payment processor, Shenanigans, then the remaining games delisted will indeed return. All Collective Shout and Visa and Mastercard did was open the discussion for alternatives, which is the worst thing you can do as a business, pushing people away to your competitors. Creators will not be silenced. You cannot control the flow of creativity and expression based on your ethics department, but keep screaming at companies who do breast against charity fundraising wrong. I am certain you are making so many fans by doing that. Yeah, so guys, this is crazy. We have here the Itchio news. As you can see here, breaking news: Itchio is re-indexing adult games on their site again if it's labeled free. They confirm they are actively talking with payment processors to sort things out, so now you can actually add the game back to the indexing if it's marked as free temporarily, and they're saying that they will try to basically sort it out. Itchio has said that they are seeking new payment processors who are comfortable with adult material. So yes, this is exactly what's happening. These companies, Visa and Mastercard, they don't understand that all they're doing here is they're pushing people away from themselves to other payment processors who are not idiotic or moronic, basically, right? Which is exactly what's happening. Guys, it's crazy. And then we have this one. Mastercard tries to gaslight everyone, saying that they haven't been censoring anything at all after thousands of games have been collectively removed from Steam and Itch.io. Here's what Mastercard has to say. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is crazy, right? This is the context. So this is the community, right? Right. So clarifying recent headlines on gaming content. Mastercard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions on any activity or game on game-created sites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations. Our payment network follows standard based on the rule of law. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure Mastercard's cards cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Well, guess what here? Look at this. Both Steam and Itch have stated that the removal of adult content came from pressure by payment processors. Furthermore, Mastercard and other payment processors have a documented history of refusing service to Japanese retailers over legal adult content. So, do you want to find more? I mean, let's just be honest, guys. It's crazy, right? Grooms also posted some more stuff about this actually quite recently, which is really interesting stuff, to be honest. The pressure is indirect. That's right. That's the thing, right? Look at this. That's the thing. Like, it's indirect pressure, right? Interesting choice of words, and in any way Mastercard is correct. But let me tell you how this really worked out, folks. Stick to me, and this you will see they are misdirecting and not exactly truthful here. Mastercard is correct that they didn't talk to Itch.io or Steam. They talked to the internet merchant account that is actually owned by a bank, credit union, or financial institution who acts as the credit card processor. And it is the processor job to provide an internet gateway from a website's online store. What likely happened is Collective Shout contacted Visa and Mastercard, as we've been doing, and they were not getting the movement they wanted directly from the stores. So they went directly to Visa and Mastercard, complained, and someone from those companies either provided information of who Steam and Itch.io's internet merchant accounts were, or directly contacted the internet merchant account to tell them to enforce the product and service rules in regards to branding, protecting the Visa Mastercard brand. Yeah, see? And the respective internet merchant accounts the banks, right? For each website, they then contacted Steam and Itchio and told them that they needed to clean up their book of products or be turned off and be blacklisted and unable to get another processor to continue to operate and conduct online sales. I know this because I am one of the creators and used to be one of the owners of this company, and I had to do this BS, dance on the whims of banks, processors and credit card companies on a regular basis, even as far back as 2000. So in part, Mastercard, being truthful here, they likely didn't contact Steam directly. Instead, they likely just contacted the internet merchant account and told them to make this problem go away. So the internet merchant account processors, they reminded Steam and Itch.io about the product and service rules regarding branding, and if they didn't fall in line to those draconian rules, they would have no choice to turn off their access to processing online sales. This is what happened, all because of moralistic branding rules from banks and bankers to look like good guys while conducting sometimes scuzzy deals and forced upon internet merchant accounts to enforce on online stores. Till those rules change, Visa and Mastercard and other institutions that make up these corporations will continue to enforce their rules based on company policy rather than rule of law. So there you have it, my friends. This is exactly what's happened. I mean, it's an indirect pressure that they made from these internet payment processing companies, right? And this is what has happened, as simple as that, right? Both Mastercard and Visa claim that they allow all legal content, but they are a global company. This means they can claim this and follow, say, China's laws on speech and content and even apply it to the US. They are using legal wiggle speak. That's right. That's the thing, right? Because when you're a global company, you can apply any laws you want from any company at any time. Do you understand, right? And then we have here some update from Elon Musk. Elon says the release of the X Money or X Finance is hopefully only a few months away. X is as much as possible is about extreme freedom. So yeah, guys, people are going to flock to this system because people are tired of Mastercard and Visa and their ethics or rules or basically regulations effectively for their branding to make it look like they're the great guys, right? Which is not the case, honestly. Let's just be honest. We know what's happening here, right? Yeah, this is insane, right? Right, so yeah, guys, so that's it for this one. Also, Ofcom is paying influencers to spread propaganda about the Online Safety Act in the UK. I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Why would you be surprised? This is what's happened forever, right? This is a lie they keep calling. In the case of Itch.io, they put pressure down the chain to Stripe, which Itch.io says it held to a stricter standard by Mastercard and Visa. So while MC and Visa may claim they didn't directly pressure game distribution companies, there is obviously indirect pressure and it's coming from somewhere. Keep calling. The fact that they responded means that we are getting heard. That's exactly what's happening, guys. So just continue, fight back, and literally don't let up. This is really important. This is exactly what people need to be doing. You have to basically go to them and say, look, we are doing this. We want our freedom. We want to have the option to choose whatever content we want because it's legal content, and you cannot decide that based on your branding rules, right? So as you see here, this is from the admins from Itch.io. Today we are re-indexing free adult NSFW content. We are still ongoing discussions with payment processors and will be reintroducing paid content slowly to ensure that we can confidently support the widest range of creators in the long term. So yeah, it's happening, guys. They are trying to update. For those who are unaware, Stripe is one of the payment processors we've used since our early days. They have provided the pay with card option to checkout page for over 10 years. We spoke with Stripe yesterday about their content policies. They confirmed that they will not be able to support adult content that fits the following definition: content designed to be gratifying. Stripe asked us to pass along the following message to the users. Stripe is unable to support explicit content due to restrictions placed on them by their banking partners, despite card networks generally supporting adult content. Stripe has indicated that they hope to be able to support adult content in the future. Right, this is crazy. We are in the process of talking with other payment partners to accept card payments that Stripe is unable to process. We disabled Stripe payments last week on pages identified as having adult stuff. Now that we have a more specific definition from Stripe, we may review the initial list for potential reintroduction. However, our long-term plan is to implement one or more new processors to avoid putting the platform at risk. So there you have it, guys. These companies believe that they are like the morally leading companies. They think they're like, I don't know, some sort of savvies and moral people, right? And yeah, it's people, gamers have complained. Visa has, Mastercard sent this statement, which is just hilarious, right? And we have the gamers response. You're lying, right? I highly recommend everyone file an ethics complaint with the lawfully required ethics hotlines that respect anonymity, but now Mastercard is just lying. Mastercard is named by every site and shop that has been forced to enact censorship for years, right? Look at this, man. This is crazy, right? Really? I mean, yeah, I mean, just look at this, man. You claim to follow the law and avoid moral judgments, yet you let foreign extremists like Collective Shout influence you and how you enforce your policies, banning entire broad of categories of legal entertainment to appease their agenda. This directly contradicts what Steam and Itchio have said. You've turned your platform into a weapon against free expression and your own customers. Steam says otherwise. Someone's lying on this case. The left hand not talking to the right hand. FYI, I canceled my credit card with you and I am telling other people to do so, so you make less money. I am also going to call you twice a day instead of just once, so you specifically get the message. By the way, anyone with Mastercard, I encourage you to switch, and if it's debit, don't use it. Resorting to blatant gaslighting now, huh? Yeah, they're nervous. Keep up the pressure. Right, look like Mastercard and Visa are calling you liars, Team Itchio. Any response, or do you think it's time for all the entities affected of this fiasco to enter class action? Right, then why are you forcing Japanese retailers and game sites to stop selling lawful products? Allow these retailers and sites to use your card and then we will believe you. There we go, guys. That is right. Incredible. Yeah. Of course it's a lie. I mean, come on, of course it's a lie, right? Upvote this community note is the best one of the bunch. This is the one, right? This is the one where they explained that, yes, the removal is because Steam and Itchio have said that they removed it because they were afraid that they will be blocked and not able to process payments. So yeah, is Steam an illegal adult website? That can be true, right? It's a legitimate platform, and while it has legal adult content, your company isn't pressuring to restrict expression of purchase freedom, is it? Right? That's crazy. So guys, that's it for today's video. You sit on a throne of lies. That's the problem. Nobody believes them, and this is crazy. So guys, that's it for today's video on this one. It's incredible, but we are winning. Keep calling, keep talking to them, and keep telling Visa and Mastercard that they do not have the right to enforce their views in a, I would say, almost like a stealthy way, right? Because it's not directly, like I said before, they approached some other like banks and stuff which facilitate the payment process, and then these banks and corporations go to Steam and Itch.io, but basically it's all a sham. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one.